Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing's easy, here to bring you another rant pertaining to diversity in and diversity crisis with Steam or Valve in general. We're gonna go ahead and touch up on this. I do appreciate you guys being here. I know I've been away for a while. Sorry, I've been busy and I've had a lot of going on, and I've been playing too much Marvel Rivals. I need to stop. I need to stop doing that. But go ahead. Let's go ahead and hear what he has to say. I appreciate you guys being here, and then let's go ahead and start it. Oh, got it.
Valve, or people of color, or non-binary folks, or those who identify as LGBTQ or disabled people, because, well, Valve is a private company and it doesn't need to disclose those numbers, and also it didn't respond to our own requests for those figures.
Why would they do that? Why would Valve give you private information that has nothing to do with you? That's this. It's not like you're some sort of company that's here to check social issues. This is your own narrative that you're trying to spin, where you're trying to put the blame on them so you could get them in some sort of like legal trouble, which actually it is not. They only hire on merit. If you can do the job, you get the job. So why would you call them on that? Oh, it's because you're only here to get some sort of recognition. This is not you trying to save anybody. This is not you trying to help anybody. Okay? Valve and Steam and their own employees, they got nothing to do with you. Mind your own goddamn business.
However, multiple interviewees that we spoke to described the company as having an enormous lack of diversity, even by games industry standards.
What are you talking about? What kind of diversity are you talking about? Are you talking about a diversity of thought, or are you talking about a diversity of color? Because let me tell you something. Both is none of your goddamn business. Again, it's none of your goddamn business. One person has an idea for Steam, and another person has an idea for Steam. And then the third person has another idea for Steam to have a new update with their own product. What do you mean? Bringing black people, bringing Hispanic people, you're just trying to eliminate white people. Let's just be honest. Okay? Listen, everybody knows what the fuck you're doing. Okay? And that shit's just not gonna happen. Alright? Everybody could see through your bullshit. This is why they didn't want to talk to you, because they know what kind of slimy shit you do. Okay? What matters is the business. The business comes first. You doing this whole Noah's Ark, I gotta have 2 black people, 2 Asian people, I gotta have 2 ducks, I gotta have 2 lions. That shit is not necessary at all. Can you do the job? No, I did not ask who you have sex with. I did not ask you if you were a man or a woman. I said, can you do the job? You cannot do the job? You don't know how to do this, and this? Then you are not hired. Point blank, period.
Valve is, I'm told, extremely white and extremely male.
You're racist. Man, this is the shortest video I've ever, this is the shortest video I've ever done. Are we done? Are we done? It's because white people like to work at Valve. There's also Asian people that also work at Valve, if I remember correctly. And also, if there's black people, what? So let me get this straight. Your idea, your narrative is, if we have more black people, things will become better. Things will be better. If we have more of this, things will be better. If we have more women, things will be better. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any sense in our world. The normal people. The normal people. It doesn't make any sense. Your idea of what normal is, oh, we should just have multiculturalism and everything will be great. No, bitch. No, that's not how it works. Chat down below. Hey, chat, how you doing? Hey, chat, do you want somebody who you're about to go and see your parents. You're about to go and see your family across the other side of the country. You need to go get a plane ticket. Okay, do you need somebody that can fly the plane, or do you need a black person? Just wondering. Anybody? One person. Do you need to be safe, or do you need a Hispanic person? Just wondering. I'm gonna give it to you this way. You just need somebody to make it from A to B safely. That's it. Can you land the plane? Can you do your job? Okay, boom. I don't want to hear. Yeah, you don't want to die. That sounds perfect. I like that idea. Thank you. I do not want to die. Please fly the fucking plane. I do not care who you fuck. I do not care who you are. I don't even want to talk to you. Fly the plane. Pay attention to the skies. Maybe we'll talk at the end when we land and when we're safely out. But I do not care about you. Land the fucking plane. Jesus. God, man, fucking weirdos, man. Every single time, weirdos. Hold on, I'm just adjusting. There we go. Much better.
I feel like they've passed a critical mark. It used to be that there were maybe 10 or 15% women in the development teams, so nobody was usually the only woman in the room. But definitely now, I think they've dipped below that point.
How would you know? Because you literally didn't. How would you know? No, you just asked them, right? You asked them how many people are white, how many people are black, how many people are women, men, all that sort of thing. How would you know those numbers if you literally just said at the beginning that you do not have those numbers? I think it just changed. Yeah, that's right, you think. All right? It's none of your goddamn business. The only thing that matters, and this is just how it is the business. Can you provide me usefulness? Usefulness. That's the key word. Can you be useful? Okay then, Sharon, you are going to work here, and this is what you're going to do. That's it. Point blank, period. If you can do that set of rules, then you're in. Any sort of social backgrounds or any sort of issues when it comes to sex and all that sort of stuff, that is entirely your own narrative that is highly corrosive into any sort of business or any sort of when it comes to job security. We are not here to do this whole sort of herding of different cultures and different like races and sexes and all this bullshit. That's not what we're here for. We're here to make sure to provide a service for people who want to play video games on Steam. I do not want to hear like, oh, I'm so glad Steam is so useful because there's so many women working there. Nobody says that shit. Nobody says that shit. Here's another thing that's really important. Isn't it really important for people who use Steam to have their information private? Okay, cool. Is Steam doing that? Good. Good so far. Make sure that my information is private from other individuals. That's good. Can Sharon do that? Can Tyrone, the black person you want to hire, can he do that? No. Then shut the fuck up. No.
Valve's structure is what makes it difficult to gain momentum on anything where the value add isn't immediately obvious.
No, that's only for you. It's not a problem for anybody else except for you.
Certain people, though, and that certainly includes any project where the word diversity is mentioned.
A lot of contract.
The only way that you're going to have proper diversity is when you don't talk about it. The best way to take care of diversity, also there's a diversity of thought, which is very important. You can be 2 white dudes, you can be 5 white dudes, but that's 5 different white dudes with 5 different ideas of what to do for the company or for anything in that matter. You guys are just trying to fish for some sort of narrative that is highly corrosive to any sort of thinking. We all know that Donald Trump is trying to destroy DEI. We all know that DEI is just made to just, hey, we'll give you money if you hire certain individuals. So, whoever this channel is, whoever it is, I'm going to tell you you're straight up bullshit. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're just trying to look for, you're grasping at straws, is what I'm saying. You're grasping at straws, and you're searching for a boogeyman that is not there. You are trying to become the boogeyman, and you don't even realize it. The best way to have diversity is to shut the fuck up about diversity. Anybody ever go outside and do groceries and then you don't even care if the person that passes you is Asian or Hispanic or all these different ethnicities? No, you don't fucking care. You don't fucking care because it's normal. It's normal. America's already multicultural. Surprise, surprise. There's black people that are in the hospital. There's white people that have companies. Surprise, surprise.
Contractors are female. That's not very unusual. The lower down the ladder you go, the more quote-unquote diverse it becomes. And the higher up you go, the whiter and male it becomes.
And so, also, this is another thing that I'm talking about here is where, how would you know who is whiter at the top and who is multicultural at the bottom? You just said at the beginning of this video that you had no idea the numbers of who is gay, who is white, black, Asian, who is a male or female. Why does this matter to you? Why does this matter to you? If somebody wants to rise into the ranks, they will rise to the ranks. People choose. People choose. Let me say this again. People choose to rise. I have had bosses that are female. I've had bosses that were black. I've had bosses that were white and male. So people choose. It is your choice, which is a great American thing called the ability to choose. So you fight for that. You want to fight to get on top? You can make it. There's also people in the Senate, in the American Senate, that are black. That's pretty hot. They're in the Senate. They're part of the Congress. There's people that are black and or female that are part of the Congress. So what's this hierarchy of white that you're talking about? Let me just say for one thing. You just don't like white people because you're racist. You're trying to create a narrative where they are the bad person, when in actuality, you are. You just can't stand white people, and you honestly can't even stand your own race, which is pretty fucking pathetic. That is pretty fucking pathetic and sad, actually. That you go up and you see white people that are making it well, and you're just like, oh, well, you don't deserve that. Who the fuck do you think you are? Jeff Bezos? Yeah, I don't like the dude, but he had to make it from the ground up as well. He had to do the same thing. You had to put in the work, merit. You had to put in the work. If you do not put in the work, then you are not going to make it anywhere. Everybody knows this. So this whole, oh, let me make a little portfolio, let me make a little animated thing where it's like, oh, there's only white people up there. Then go up there, bitch. Make it. All I hear is racism out these people's mouths, man.
While I was there was never more than one female programmer at the company.
So what's going on here exactly? What is it about Valve that makes this problem even worse?
It's not a problem. It's your own problem. All right? I know that you probably can't figure this out because your eyes are too far apart. But it's your own problem. If they can make it, they can make it. That's it. That's the only thing. People choose whether or not they want to make it some sort of way. wasn't the Helldivers dev, he actually demoted himself because he wanted to create the game. He didn't want to do too much of the paperwork. He wanted to focus on creating good content for Helldivers. He demoted himself, so he went over there. That was his choice. So what's the deal here? What's the deal here? You mean to tell me that are you so from your own thought process? So what you're saying is anybody that is, because I'm going off from what they've said, right? I'm going off what they said. So they're saying we need to push diversity is what they're saying. Is that their core issue? Okay. So anybody that is black, female, gay, all these different things, anybody that's anything that's white, that's not white, who makes it to the top did not earn it. No. I'm trying to reach you at your level here. You are saying that we need to bring people up here. We need to bring people that of different ethnicities up to the top. Okay, we brought them up there. Boom. Guess what? They didn't earn it because we brought them up there because you said so. That's what it is. That's what it is. See, this is why people say DEI hire as a sort of like slur, is because of you. Because of people like this person, this gentleman right here, is because you bring it up to where it's just this sort of, hold on one second. Your idea of helping people is not actually helping people. It's actually making their situation worse, is where they make it to the top, and now every person that works there knows for a fact that that person, that one individual that you propped up there, they know they didn't earn that shit. So you're actually making a living hell for them. Perfect example, the black lady that's the CEO in Microsoft right now didn't earn it. Is that what you're trying to say? Because Microsoft's all about DEI now. There's one random black lady. What? She didn't earn it. The black chief designer at fucking Halo Studios now. A black gay woman with glasses. She doesn't know how to make video games. Then why is she the executive over there at Halo Studios? Oh, that's right. She didn't earn it. Because you individuals are pushing people that do not belong there because they are not ready for that sort of business, and that makes games worse. That makes the business fail. This is what happens when you. This is, by the way, this everybody knows that this whole rhetoric that they're pulling off is highly corrosive, it's highly racist, and it's deep-seated in narcissism, and it's just downright sexist, racist. This whole thing, because it starts to turn into this whole thing where it's like, oh, Valve is racist because they do this, and I'm like, well, Valve and Steam are doing pretty well. If I remember correctly, all of the employees are getting paid very well because they are handpicked by the Steam employees. They are handpicked because they can do the job, and they are all getting paid very well because they are the Steam employees are getting paid better than the Google employees. There, I said it. I got the statistics right over here. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter whether or not you're at the bottom or at the top when it comes to Steam or Valve. You are all getting paid well. Your families are being provided, and that's just a fact, Jack. So I'm trying to understand what they're saying, because what they're saying is bring the black people up there. You really want to do that? People that didn't earn it? That sounds like a living hell to me. Also, at the same time, what if you propped me up into Steam? then you just made my fucking life a living hell. Now I'm up here. I don't know how to do certain things. I have to speed run knowledge. I have to speed run because I'm up here now. Because you wanted me to be at the top. And I have to learn quick. And meanwhile, other employees are saying underneath their like mouths, like, well, he didn't earn it because, you know, people like this video just propped him up because, you know, they just want a platform to be a virtue signal. It's the worst.
Than at similar-sized games companies. Well, let's start here. As Valve states in its own handbook, it's not good at mentoring people, nor does Valve have an internship program.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's not good at mentoring people? What do you mean? What is this paper? What is Valve not good at? The design of the company has some downsides. So I think they're worth the cost, but it's worth noting that there are a number of things we wish we were better at, helping new people find their way. We wrote this book to help, but as we said above, a book can only go so far. That's true. A book can only go so far. Mentoring people, not just helping new people figure things out, but proactively helping people to grow in areas where they need to help, is something we're organizingly not great at. Peer reviews help, but they can only go so far. So if they are able to do it, give them a chance. That's very true. They could only go so far. That's actually very true. Listen, this is your job. We're going to mentor you this way. Books can only go so far, and then try to pick up from there. That's why you can. Everybody knows that you can do your job, but can you do your job not only well, but also pick it up from there? That's such a normal thing to go through in any sort of job. What are you fucking talking about? Oh man, we're not really good at mentoring people. He's like, well, what do you do? Well, we try to give them knowledge as best as we can, but the book can only go so far. We try to teach them as best as we can, and then whether or not they go from there is entirely up to them, and entirely up to their merit and their skill set. So if they want to proactively know better and increase their knowledge into the company and then come up with ideas to make things better, then that is on them. That is on them. Not everybody is. This is why you're always going to have only a couple of administrators, a few moderators, and a lot of employees, because only a select few are up to the job. Not everybody wants to be a leader. Some people just like to be a follower. That's just how it is. It's just how it is. Some people like to come to work, follow the rules, go straight home to their families, and then get back home. Because everybody knows that being anything on top is a fucking hassle.
Or a college graduate pipeline, and that's by design, because remember, its ideal candidate is a high-powered, self-directed senior decision maker.
By its own admission, Valve only hires senior people. That compounds the issue, because part of making any field more diverse is that you have to start introducing diversity into it.
That's good. People that are able to do the job, they'll hire seniors. Is that high? Yeah.
Valve's not going to be one of the places that helps in that, because it doesn't hire junior people, which means your pool of diverse hires is even smaller to begin with, and it's going to be so much harder to hire someone who is a woman, or isn't white, or...
You said that, not us. You said that. Also, I like that you put on this little thing right here. I like how you put on here with with all I like how you put this stupid little animation and all the seniors are named John Smith. Like, like you think that that all the seniors are white for some reason. So this is your own bias. This is completely your own bias, where you believe all the seniors are just white. That's just fucking hilarious.
Any of the things that isn't your average Valve employee profile.
There have been efforts made over the years by various employees who've pushed to make Valve more representative of the world around it. However,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm told these efforts are largely blocked by either the company's structure or its leadership.
Yeah. Good. Can you do the job? I'll figure out how. Okay, so you don't know how to do the job. You know what's the funny thing is? There are moments in your job that you have an opportunity to score high. Like, you have an opportunity to be like, man, I can provide for this job, but it looks like that they don't give me any opportunity. They don't give me any opportunity. Then you literally come in. You're like, let's say that you're in the elevator with like the CEO, or you're in the elevator with a couple of seniors, and you literally have a whole bunch of good ideas in your back pocket, in your bag, and you don't even talk to them because you're so fucking scared, or you're so fucking in your own head that you think that you can't do anything, and so you end up getting out of the elevator and you don't say anything to them, like, hey man, I got some cool ideas for our business, and you don't say shit because you just want to follow the whole fucking time. You got it in your mind that you can't succeed, when in actuality you can. You just don't do anything about it. You're just so busy fucking complaining all day. Work!
Take stat ranking, for example. To be able to properly judge the value of someone's work through stat ranking, you need two things. First of all, you need to have actually seen them do that work in the first place. And secondly, if you have seen it, you need to understand that work enough to recognize it as something worthwhile.
Yeah, that's fucking real. Yeah, can you understand how to do this work? Can you understand how to do this? No. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll talk to somebody else then. Can you understand the complexities of what we're doing here? Yes, I can. Okay, then run it down with us. I don't know what to do. Okay, so you're just bullshitting. All right, just leave. Goodbye, goodbye, Shamika. Yeah.
When it comes to this idea of you doing the work that you think is the most valuable, the people who usually think the business can improve by having more diverse representation are the people who are not in the majority already.
Duh.
That work is exhausting, and it is way less measurable. At the end of the day, am I going to get counted for doing all this work? Some people say yes, but I don't know, man.
Some people say yes, but I don't know, man. What is this information you're giving me?
It's not like shipping a game or working on a very specific shippable feature. If you're tying your performance to how many non-white dudes you hire, that's a dangerous combination. It feels extremely insurmountable.
There was never any sort of anti-bias training or even preamble to the process of ranking people from different backgrounds to you.
In the end, it was like, why am I fighting these uphill battles and try and make the tiniest incremental positive changes when I could be doing better and more satisfying work elsewhere? I think a number of people who have left recently came to a similar conclusion.
Now, Valve is famously picky about the people it hires.
Yes.
The handbook lays out, hiring well is the most important thing in the universe. Nothing else comes close. It's more important than breathing.
There's nothing in an overt, sinister sense that's discriminatory about the Valve.
No. Hiring well is the most important thing in the universe. Nothing else comes close. It's more important than breathing. So when you're working on hiring, participating in an interview loop, or innovating in the general of the recruiting, everything else you could be doing and should be ignored. So basically, can you do the job? No, I cannot do the job. Okay, well, I can't hire you if you can't do the job. It's literally that simple. I don't know what. If you want to start growing, you first have to get in through the door. How do you get in through the door? Well, first off, can you do the job? You can't do the job. Well, you're not hired. It's that simple. It's that simple. And you want to put you have an idea. You have an idea. Put yourself in the front. Put yourself in the front and say, "Hey, I got an idea. My name is Cindy Luhu Magoo. I don't know. This is what I got. Put my name on this shit. Do it. Do it and see what happens."
There's nothing in an overt, sinister sense that's discriminatory about the Valve hiring process, except in the way that all hiring processes select for people that are like the people doing the hiring. However, there are two compounding problems facing Valve. There's the existing demographic profile of Valve, but also the hiring process is so incredibly stringent and so difficult to pass people through, you're even less likely to get a diverse group of people at the end of it. To get hired at Valve, you basically have to not get vetoed by anybody you've encountered in the hiring process. And so you're saying the hole you have to fit through is so incredibly narrow. And there are already more middle-aged white guys in the games industry than any other group of people.
I like how they keep on mentioning white people like every single time. Every single time. They just go, they even say middle-aged white people like it's a fucking slur. And every single time, they could have been hiring an Indian dude for all I know. They could have been hiring, like, this whole animation thing that they're showing. Throw that shit to the fucking birds. I don't want to hear that shit. You're just fucking lying to me. Because listen, you could do this whole song and dance of like, okay, well, they're only hiring, everybody has to agree to hire that person. Okay, I've seen many jobs like that. That's literally Japan. Literally, Japan does the same fucking thing. Everybody has to agree that they want to hire this individual. This is literally what Japan does. This is not something fucking new. If somebody disagrees, then they go have a conversation with why, and then they go from there. This is.
So those few who make it through are most likely going to be from that group.
Multiple current and former employees tell me they believe this issue is not being addressed because Valve's leadership simply does not understand it, despite the best.
Yeah, they don't understand it. Because it doesn't fucking exist. It only exists in other people's heads. They see 5 white dudes that are on the top, and then they're just like, oh shit, how the fuck did he, oh fuck. Isn't there literally... Man, sorry. Isn't there literally a... like Snoop Dogg gonna make a fucking gaming studio that called the Minority Studios, and he's only gonna hire minorities? Are we gonna talk about that one? Are we gonna talk about Snoop Dogg making his own gaming studio where he only hires minorities? What about Black Girl Gamers where they only hire minorities? Or are we gonna talk about them? Are we gonna talk about Ubisoft, the failing company that's going to die and be bought by Tencent? Another place that has been... Are we going to talk about them? Why are we not talking about them?
Best efforts of those who over the years have really pushed for people to take it more seriously within the company.
It's not that they're knowingly or explicitly sexist or racist or homophobic or anything.
So they're... It's not that they are... But, and I'm like, bitch, throw this whole fucking shit under the water, bro. This whole video has been saying, white people, white people, white people, white people. They've been only hired white people. It's all about the white people, white people. It's not that they're racist or anything. Bitch, wait, what? Wait, no. Hold on.
It's just bias.
It's just, but no, bro, no, it's not. No, it's fucking not. This is, what did I tell you about narcissistic compliment sandwiches? Have I told you about that with Alana Pierce, where it's like it's only white people, it's they're only hiring white people. Listen, they're not racist or anything. It's just that they're biased. And I'm like, you're always trying to, it's like you're always, it's like watching a ninja brush away his footprints as he's walking backwards. He's trying to clean off any sort of thing where they're just like, I might have stepped into something. I might have stepped into something wrong. I got to make sure that what I say or what I do is completely and utterly like bleached. So I don't want to say anything that might be corrosive, which it is. But they always like to clean their hands every time. It's like, oh shit, I said something I shouldn't have. Let me wash my hands. They're not racist, they're biased. And I'm like, no, say it with your chest that they're fucking racist. You were well on your way to just say it. I can't prove it, but they're there. Exactly. I can't prove it, but you know.
I think, why bother doing outreach to some other population when we know the only thing that works is hiring people just like us?
Nobody said that. That just came out of your own fucking mouth. That came out of their own fucking mouth. Look, he said they'd think what they'd think. They'd think. How do you know what they're thinking? How the fuck do you know what they're thinking? They'd think? Get the fuck out of here.
And I do think all of this contributes to Valve's issues with diversity. There are certain barriers here which are just harder to overcome if you don't fit this mold that Valve has always had.
You mean merit? Do you mean merit? Listen, there's about 5 dudes in my chat. Listen, I don't really have a good big chat, but I got like 5 dudes in chat. Each 5 of those dudes have a different way of going about their day. That is called a diversity of thought. Everybody has their own ways of doing things. Everybody has their own different set of goals and rules and values. Each person does. So you given this whole sort of idea that it's just like, white person? They're going to be like all the other white people. How the fuck do you know that? How the fuck do you know that?
And so when it comes to taking big, ambitious swings at projects with harder to quantify returns on investment, Valve has been able to step boldly into the world of virtual reality and hardware manufacturing, but employees say that that same belief, that same trust, isn't also being applied to making Valve a more diverse employer.
If it's an issue that the people in power also understand fully, then they make all sorts of accommodations. So stuff like parental leave. I think the people in power can understand that having a kid is hard, and so we should give people 6 months time off. But should we make it easier for people of color to join the company? They'll just be like, why? I feel like that's the
Oh, you have children? I understand. You know, a woman's lot in life is hard and they got to take care of their kid. She's pregnant. I want to make sure that she's happy and healthy when she goes out there and takes care of their kid. And then you come in and you're like, we need to hire niggas. And Valve looks at you like, why? Why? We need them. Why? We need black people. Why though? Because we need diversity. Why though? Because it's race. I mean, I almost got you. You see what I'm saying? Why did you go? You know what you should have done? You want to hire Marcus? You want to hire Marcus Labaris Leviticus? Why did you go up to them and say, hey, you need to hire this black guy? Why didn't you go up to them and be like, hey, Marcus, This man's got some good ideas in the table. He's really good at engineering. He's got his own set of ideas. He got his own set of like he's got a family he's got to take care of. He's hardworking. He's motivated. He's got some good ideas on the table. I'm not gonna say those ideas. I think Marcus should speak for themselves. See, that sounds different, right? It's not just hire the black person. It's, oh, hire the guy that has a good idea. Okay, Marcus, tell me what you got. Okay, I got this and this and this in place. 2 of these ideas are kind of iffy, but I think they can work. It just needs some time. But this idea, I think we could bring in a lot of people into Steam, and I think it might help with like cloud saves. It could like benefit with like, let's say there's extra additional security for like people who make accounts and that sort of thing. I think we have. Oh, what if Marcus had an awesome idea to give extra time for people who want to return their video games? Like they didn't like a Steam game, they want to extend the time like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours for a Steam video game to be returned. What if he literally had an idea, but you said, we need you to hire this black man because he's so black and so underrepresented. He doesn't know how to read. He's always being caught by the cops. You guys don't like him. There's too many white people. He likes chicken and watermelon. And listen, you need to hire him. You know how fucking double racist all of this sounds? It sounds so fucking wrong, man. It sounds so fucking wrong. So fucking wrong, man. You're double racist. I can't stand this shit. Oh, there's too many white people. We need you to hire the black people because they can't get no job. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's their narrative. Oh, you need to hire this woman because women, they don't like to work. You need to hire this woman. And I'm like, why do you gotta treat women and black people and like other ethnicities like they're fucking handicapped when they're actually not? I walk into a hospital. Guess what? There's a person that literally runs the whole place that's a black bald dude. Nobody cares if he's black as long as he's taking care of his own patients.
Dividing line. They are really, really good for employees for things they really understand.
Some of this frustration spilled out into a wider discussion within the company after the murder of George Floyd.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about George Floyd. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about George Floyd. I'm going to say that right now. Nobody cares about George Floyd. Okay? All right. Listen. I don't fucking know the nigga. Okay? Nobody cares.
2020, as a group of employees within Valve pushed for the company to make a public statement in support of the Black Lives Matter movement.
No justice, no streets. So we're going to answer violence with violence? That's cool.
There was a huge amount of internal contention about whether Valve should say anything about this because there was increasing pressure on companies to address what was going on. There were people who felt desperately passionate that Valve needed to do and say something proactive. And there were also people who felt incredibly passionate, regardless of their own individual political convictions, that Valve should not and must not do.
Good. Also, why did you say that to people who disagreed? Why did you say, regardless of their own individual political convictions, that Valve should not do this? Why did you say for the people that said not do this? Why didn't you say that for the first dude? There are people who felt desperately passionate. See what I see about wording? There are people who felt desperately passionate that Valve needed to do and say something proactive. So passionate, so desperate. And then there were people who felt and then there were people. Where is it?
There were people who felt desperately passionate that Valve needed to do and say something proactive.
It was so passionate. Oh.
And there were also people who felt incredibly passionate, regardless of their own individual political convictions.
that Valve should not and must not do this. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? What do you mean political convictions? What the fuck?
Own individual political convictions that Valve should not and must not do so.
Good. Don't care. See, chat, listen real quick. When it comes to any sort of business, a business is going to do what? A business is going to be a business. I firmly believe that you know, capitalism, you know, that sort of thing. It's just how it is. It should be like that. You know, people want to make money, but also people want to provide services for other individuals. I do not want a if somebody breaks down my house and tries to, you know, try to kill me, I do not care about what that policeman looks like. I want to make sure that that policeman comes in, takes care of the job quickly, and makes sure everybody's all right. Nobody cares about, so if you cannot do, if I see a fat like woman who's waddling over here with a gun and she gets tipped over like a fucking turtle on its shell, I do not want that. I want a fucking man to come in here and get the fucking job done in 3.5 seconds and to get him before he even puts his hand on me. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. When you get into a situation where somebody gets hurt in your life, you are not thinking about somebody's skin color or sex. You are thinking, who is going to help me? Who is going to help me in this situation? Who? I need to make sure that the hospital can take care of me, or the people that I love. I need to make sure that, hell, if we're talking about Steam, I need to make sure that Steam is making sure that my account is protected. I need to make sure that Steam gives me the tools necessary for me to utilize that website in an easy and safe manner. Nobody is coming up to Steam saying, where's the niggas at? Nobody is. Yo, this is a good video. This is a good video. God.
I can't tell you how many.
That was a good video. Anyway.